Welcome back to an episode of We Are right next to the world map, which we need to click on, and there's also another way to do this, the world map icon on the top right. Sadly, there doesn't seem to be a shortcut for this, or at least we are too stupid to figure that out, but let's do this. Let's leave Greykeep.
War after war has scarred Fiara, altering the tides of power across much of the continent. In Nortender, a fragile hope for peace drives the efforts to rebuild a ravaged kingdom. A new beginning dawns for the Morhir, as their new settlement finally takes shape, while the orcs realize the dream of the Great Khal in Bargagor. The dwarves carry on in their stronghold below the mountains, and the Exalted Father rules quietly over the dark elven swamps. It is an era of change, of redefining the old and discovering the new.
We're going to do the side quests first, so Silver Drift Hollow.
The cool, earthy air rushes to the mine's entrance like a mountain's exhale. Where once this was a hub of activity, filled with sounds of pickaxes and creaking mining carts, it is now an empty carcass. But though the miners and laborers have long since moved on, evidence of their passing remains. Scratches on the walls to mark the passage of days. An old fire pit smothered in the thick layers of ash. And in one corner, a crude, half-completed drawing of a naked elf maiden riding a dragon.
All right then. The quartermaster said the search party tracked that engineer to here.
And then they all vanished.
Exactly. Let's see what we can find.
Oh, look at that.
Oh shit, the crowd!
And he's dead. Hey, we got a guard cage key. Perfect. So, looks like we're going to die a little bit more often if that goes on.
Yria, a question. That other circle mage, the Dreamweaver, she used to be an assassin before she joined Tahar, didn't she?
Ianna? Yes.
So, would you say she has changed? Has she become more human since the wars?
I don't know. She still has that thirst for violence, but she doesn't act upon it.
I see. Interesting. This better be good.
Iron mine cost reduction, sure. Ah, there we go. Finally. Now we can unlock things. A medic, cool. Ah, there's more.
Here?
Ah, more moon silver. Look at that.
Tell me, Raith, how did you convince the Queen to grant you an audience?
I told them I was a dark elven prince.
And they didn't even bother to verify that?
I just had to shout and threaten long enough. If there's one good thing to be said about Nortandian bureaucracy, it's that they're subservient to authority.
Well played.
Sure.
A key.
Is that... Hey! Over here! Help us!
Silver Drift. That could be him, isn't it? Open the cage in the mine, sure. And there are more fellows.
Tiara's breath. Thank you.
Who are you?
Captain Garrett Ryal, 8th Division of the Royal Army, stationed in Greykeep.
Ah, the search party.
What do you know about your captors?
To be honest, not much. They're former purity. That much you can tell by their robes. Their leader is someone named Kadma, but that's all we know.
Kadma, huh? Must be holed up somewhere else in the mine. How were you captured?
Those purity soldiers ambushed us in here. They must have been down here for a while. They knew the ins and outs of this place too well.
Sounds like rats.
They could have just killed you. Why did they take you prisoner?
I don't really know. When they locked us in here, they actually apologized.
Apologized?
Crazy, right? They've been feeding us too, but other than that, we've just been losing our minds in the dark.
What about the engineer? Is he here?
Markus? How do you know about Markus?
The quartermaster told me about the search. He thought the Wolf Guard could help.
The Wolf Guard? Then you're... Tiara's breath. They took him deeper into the mine, but that must have been, I guess, a week ago at least?
Then we need to keep moving.
Wait. Let us come with you. The rest of our unit is in here somewhere. And we want to get back at the bastards who did this to us.
Might be good to have some backup. All right, let's go.
Tell me, Raith. At that first audience with the Queen, you said that you saw Tahar's disease coming. Why?
As I said, because there's only so much a mind can take. Tahar was troubled, Yria. When your own father is a madman who tries to kill you, what do you expect? These kind of things, they leave a mark on you. Some people can beat it, some can't.
So you're saying Tahar was weak?
No, just human.
Hey,
Sounds
something
like a
to
plan.
read.
Try to keep up.
So, story of Vrok and Primora. There was once a shepherd daughter named Primora who lived on a small farm. While tending to the flock, she would often sit by the river and sing. One day, an orc named Vrok was scouting the nearby lands as a potential raid for his clan. When he heard Primora singing, he was struck by the beauty of her voice. Enthralled, he approached Primora, but she fled at the sight of him. Vrok returned to his cow devastated, but he begged Serac to turn him into a human. To his surprise, Serac answered his prayers. He was granted a transformation for a fortnight, but if she could not learn to love his true self, disaster would befall him. The next day, Vrok returned to the river. He emerged from the bushes as a tall, handsome human. From that moment, the two spent every day together. Vrok's love for Primora grew until he knew she would love him, no matter what form he was in. When the fortnight was over, Vrok decided to reveal his true self to her. He went to the river at their usual time, but approached in his orc form. Primora was horrified and cursed his name. As he pleaded with her to love him, she pushed him into the river and fled. Vrok ran to her home, hoping to intercept her. Instead, he found his clan and the farmhouse burned to the ground. They had learned of his disguise and followed him. Primora was nowhere to be found, and his clan exiled him for his disloyalty. As he wandered the wilderness alone, Primora came to him. He was overjoyed, but as he opened his arms to her, she plunged a dagger in his heart. In his last breath, she cursed him for destroying her life. The end. Poor fellow. Poor fellow.
By the Guardians, thank you.
Well, we haven't yet unlocked your cages. Just give me a wee bit more time. Really now? How long does it take until we open the bloody thing? There we go. 1,000 experience. Look at how much we actually got. 1,000.
Kadma, if you just let everyone go...
You know I can't do that.
That must be Markus.
And the rest of the Purity fugitives.
Soldiers? Help!
No, wait! Please, hear us out!
Hear us out for what?
All right.
So I take it Dirk and Nolan are dead?
I think those are the least of your worries right now. Who are you? Why have you abducted all these people?
Blazing fools. I'm Kadma, leader of what remains of Aeonir's faithful. And we didn't abduct anyone. We were only trying to keep our presence here a secret. When someone found out, we had no choice. The Crown still wants our heads, and we couldn't let them report us.
So you thought imprisoning them was the better alternative?
What else were we supposed to do?
How did you capture the engineer?
He stumbled into our camp. We didn't know who he was.
So you weren't after his military designs?
What? No. Why would we be? We have no use for them. When we found out he was part of the Royal Army, we knew it was only a matter of time before they sent people to look for him.
I told you to let us go, Kadma. We wouldn't have reported you.
I wish I could believe that.
If you were worried about people reporting you, why didn't you leave?
And go where? This mine has water, shelter. Out on the road, we're vulnerable. We might as well walk ourselves to the Grey Keep gallows.
Why keep them as prisoners? Why didn't you just kill them?
Because they are nice guys.
Hasn't there been enough bloodshed? We don't want to kill anyone. The first person who found us, we panicked. We captured them and couldn't let them go after that. Of course, then someone came looking for her, and so on.
What do you mean by what remains of Aeonir's faithful?
During the Purity War, a lot of people flocked to Rondar Lakane's banner, claiming they wanted to walk in the light. Liars. All of them. They wanted power, riches, or just the excuse to kill in the Allfather's name. We spit on their graves. We are the true believers, the true followers of Aeonir's words. And thanks to the Crown's persecution of anyone involved with the Purity, We are the last ones left.
Don't let her fool you. True believers or not, they murdered and tortured people for the purity. They're as guilty as any other Lacane fanatic.
Yes, we fought for the purity. Not with joy, but with duty. You're a soldier. Surely you understand that when your leader gives an order, you follow without question. Wouldn't you?
Yeah, that's the thing, right? You just turn off your brain for a moment. Now, who is at fault there? The one who turns off their brain or the one who gives the orders, right? And if there are more people just turning off their brains voluntarily, then who is at fault there?
Why should I believe anything you're saying?
Look, all we want is to be left alone. During the war, we were only following our faith. Our leaders pointed the way, and of course we accepted it as truth. We were tricked, misled. We left the purity when we realized what they really were. But the Crown doesn't care. They want our heads simply because of our association. Can you blame us for wanting to live?
No, I can't. If you swear to Aenir that you'll stop this, I'll let you and your followers go.
You... what? Really?
General, you can't let them get away with this.
Everyone makes mistakes. Sometimes people deserve a second chance.
The thing is, we need to give them options to be better. If we just oppose them, then we are not going to improve our situation.
But what good is your word? How do we know we're not going to be picked up by some soldiers the moment we leave here?
I'm the leader of the Wolf Guard. My word carries weight with the Crown.
Then I accept. On behalf of my people, I swear by the All-Father, we will put this behind us.
Then you're free to go. But if I hear about your group again, the Wolf Guard will hunt you down.
You won't, I promise. May you walk in the light. And thank you.
Thanks for the rescue. I was starting to believe I'd never leave here. You know, I'm glad you let them go. Being stuck in here, I got to know them. I believe them.
Let's hope you're right, for all our sakes. Now make your way out of here. I'll see you back to Greykeep.
Will do. Thanks again, General.
Yria, I've been wondering, do you ever feel a sense of estrangement? A feeling as though you don't belong anywhere?
Do you mind if we discuss this later?
Of course.
There's some strange things happening here. How do you open that? Okay, no, I know. So we need some kind of strange character that knows about this energy field, and then we may use it later.
Yes?
How did you come to serve as quartermaster for the Royal Army?
Me? Injured my knee some years back, but still wanted to serve. So they put me on supplies. Then I worked my way up to here.
Earlier on, you said something about those mercenaries the ambassador hired. What about them?
Well, since the ones from Wolfguard turned out to be quite useful, the Queens provided the Wolfguard with some coin to hire more of them if need be. And since you're the new commander, I thought you might want to have a say in it, and who we're going to hire. We can stick with the two from Wolfgar or find someone else. It's up to us.
I see. Why do we even need mercenaries? Doesn't the Royal Army have enough men to fill the Wolfguard with?
But the Purity Wars cost us dearly. We're still licking the wounds, so to speak. And in the meantime, we rely on help from reputable mercenary corps. Anyway, bottom line, just let me know if you want to...
Will do. Thanks, Sergeant. How are our provisions?
Recovering. It takes time to procure new materials and goods, but we're getting there. Thanks to Corporal Tahar, there's no war to worry about, at least.
Farewell.
Good day, General.
Until next time, then, like and subscribe, and ta-ta!